hello. I'm not going to wait for people to trickle in because I am just going to pin this to my account post, whatever the word is. So this is going to be all about the Being Portal for people who are interested in what the Being Portal is, how much is it, how does it work, all the who, what, where, when, hows of the Being Portal. So essentially, the Being Portal is a course I made for people who want to do breath work, not people who want to be certified. If you're interested in being certified, it is the Being Method. The Being Method is where you can be certified to facilitate breath work and also be an energy healer. Hello everybody, thank you for all the waves. But the Being Portal is for people who want to do breath work. And the interesting thing about it is it's amazing. It's not just doing breath work. Like, you're not just going in, clicking on a breath work and doing it. It's actually a whole process. There's different modules. It takes you through emotional releasing of things in the past. And if you don't know, breath work is actually a somatic healing practice. It incorporates your whole body. I will get into that now because I think it's so important to talk about that. I see so many things that are healing that are very cerebral, like a lot of hypnosis or a lot of affirmations, and they all work. Like, there's no competition between anything. We're all humans. Like, that stuff is amazing. I use hypnosis. I love it. But for me, a big part of my process has been recognizing that somatic healing is really important, because when we store in stories, when we are programmed with things, when we have trauma, it's also in the body. It's not just in our brain. So a lot of us will say, like, the subconscious mind holds it. True, but also so do your cells. And we have something known as cellular memory, so we know that cells hold memory of things. So if you had a traumatic area, or something traumatic happened in a certain area of your body, that part of your body can actually store that trauma, not just your brain. So you can go to talk therapy for years and talk about it, and maybe you can feel better and find relief, but until you address that part of your body using a somatic practice, you won't find like that full, good, juicy relief. And that's why it's so important when you're on a healing journey to kind of use different modalities that can help you. Again, no shade to talk therapy. I do it too. It's just that sometimes we forget about our bodies. I was just going to go deep on like religion and how they've kind of wiped out the humanity and the body piece of it, but I won't. Bodies are important. They're amazing. And they have cellular memory. So getting back to the Being Portal, the reason why this works, and I get DMs and emails about it all the time, it's definitely the course that I get the most amount of feedback on, of people having big transformations, big changes, big experiences. And it's because it's a somatic healing thing, and it's breath work. So when we're breathing, not only are we changing our physiology, but you're also changing the mechanics of your body. People can actually address back pain or menstrual pain with breath work, because when you breathe, your whole spine moves, or you send cerebral spinal fluid down your spine, or you're also pumping your pelvic floor. So if you've got trauma around your pelvis, breath work. So the Being Portal has all these different modules. It starts off with helping you release the things from the past. It moves towards developing your intuition. It moves towards developing your own sense of self. It's a really beautiful, gentle healing process. The reason why I created it was because all the breath works I found out there were very masculine. It was a lot of like push, 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 go, go, go. And that's great, but I think that thanks for the angel numbers. I think that there is something really magical about surrendering, letting go, and releasing things, and that's kind of the process that I wanted for people. So that's kind of the philosophy of the Being Portal. It's very accessible. It's $22.22 a month Canadian. So if you're from the UK or US, it's a lot less for you because our dollar is very small. But the reason why I'm talking about it today is because I'm adding new things to it. So it's been out for about a year and some change, and it's been out for 13 months and a little bit, actually, because it came out almost right when my daughter was born. I birthed two things, the Being Portal and her, and we are adding a new module. One is going to be on partnership, and the other one's going to be on prosperity. So you can use breathwork to manifest. You can use breathwork as part of your manifestation process. It is such a good tool, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's the same reason why I like to use somatic practices. It's because you can think about something all you want, but until you have it embodied, until your nervous system feels comfortable with it, it won't work. And anybody who's ever worked around money or been in a relationship or related to people in any way, shape, or form, you know nervous system healing work is key. Because if we feel a sense of stress or a sense of uncomfortability around something, we're going to have difficulty when it comes to partnership, and we're going to have difficulty when it comes to something like money. So that's why I'm adding these two into the Being Portal. I really, really, really am excited to work with them. I think the fundamentals of both prosperity and partnership are actually quite similar in the sense that it's a lot of inner work. It's not really so much about the other thing. The other thing is neutral. Like, our partners are neutral. We should have a healthy attachment to them. They shouldn't be on a pedestal, and they shouldn't also be below us, obviously. And it's the same with money. It is just an object. So through it, we're going to use breath work to sort of heal our past stories, reprogram ourselves, make sure that we are getting like a good somatic release so that we can feel like a really regulated nervous system going into dealing with things like in our business, or dealing with things with a boss, or dealing with anything in the financial world, because sometimes it's stressful. Like, I literally had years where I would like sweat if I was going to check my bank account, and like, yeah, it's negative, like, big deal. And it's the same with partnership, right? And like, partnerships can be rocky sometimes, like every relationship is going to have its moments. And if we can self-regulate in those moments, it really makes them a lot easier. If we're not bringing in past stories, if we're not worried about what our dad said to us one time, or like what our ex did to us one time when dealing with a new person, it just makes it that much smoother if we can regulate, be in the moment, not be responding from something in the past. So I'm really excited. I'm actually going to get Ian to also do conflict. Need to regulate during conflict. Me, you, and everybody else, girl. It is hard. It's so hard. It's so normal to just get on the defense. Like, you want to defend your point, but really what you want to do is defend your relationship, and that's usually being like soft and open and understanding. But we'll talk about that more in partnership. But I'm going to get Ian to help me with that too. We have done a bunch of couples courses in postpartum because it really changed our relationship and our dynamic. We never really fought before, and then postpartum came, and I was like, hey, I'm spicy. I'm actually going to fight with you every day. So we had to work through stuff. We did tons of courses. We did courses on masculine and feminine. We did courses on attachment theory. We read books. So we are going to talk together about different methods of partnership. And you don't have to be in a partnership to do this. This could be something done alone, because the dating process, or even if you don't want to date, all of it, just being in partnership with friends, a group of friends, or your parents, or whatever, it all applies to people. It doesn't have to be romantic. But being able to regulate, being able to have a healthy attachment with anybody is so important. And also understanding masculine and feminine polarities and what those are, and how to work with them, and how they are not as charged as people think they are. They're not as gendered as people think they are. So that's the Being Portal. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I'm not. I don't have release dates for those things, but I just wanted to chat a little bit about it so that people know what it is, and if they're interested in it, they can sign up with the link in my bio. But there's going to be 2 new really exciting modules coming to it, and then we have some really exciting workshops coming up this year with different people. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me blabber on, and I'm going to go inside and probably make a bunch of pierogies now. Okay, love you. Bye.